Guidelines for Chemicals and Hazardous Materials. Welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we will discuss ISF filing for chemicals and hazardous materials. Importing chemicals and hazardous materials involves compliance with specific regulations to ensure safety and adherence to customs requirements. Join us as we explore the ISF requirements for importing chemicals and hazardous materials, ensuring compliance and safe import operations. Importance of ISF compliance for chemicals and hazardous materials is crucial when importing chemicals and hazardous materials due to their potential impact on safety, security, and environmental concerns. Adhering to customs regulations and filing the ISF accurately ensures compliance and promotes safe import operations. Classification of chemicals and hazardous materials is essential for ISF filing. Importers must accurately identify the materials based on their specific hazard class, such as flammable liquids, corrosives, or toxic substances. Accurate classification ensures compliance with customs regulations and the appropriate declaration of risks associated with the materials. Hazmat documentation and safety datasheets. Importers of chemicals and hazardous materials must provide the necessary documentation, including safety datasheets, SDS. SDS contain crucial information about the properties and safe handling of the materials. Importers should review and understand SDS requirements to ensure compliance and proper ISF filing. Complying with packaging and labeling requirements. Customs regulations mandate specific packaging and labeling requirements for chemicals and hazardous materials. Importers must ensure proper packaging to prevent leaks, spills, or exposure during transportation. Additionally, accurate labeling, including hazard labels and markings, is essential to promote safety and compliance. Transporting chemicals and hazardous materials safely requires compliance with relevant international and national regulations. Importers must adhere to proper packaging, labeling, and handling procedures to prevent accidents or environmental harm. Incorporating safety measures throughout the supply chain promotes compliance and protects the well-being of all involved parties. Timely ISF submission for chemicals and hazardous materials is critical when importing chemicals and hazardous materials. Importers must submit the ISF at least 24 hours before the vessel's departure, allowing customs authorities to evaluate the security risks associated with these materials. Timely submission ensures compliance and facilitates the customs clearance process. Collaboration with customs brokers and regulatory agencies and engaging with regulatory agencies is highly recommended when importing chemicals and hazardous materials. Customs brokers possess in-depth knowledge of the specific requirements and can guide importers through the ISF filing process, ensuring compliance with customs regulations. Compliance with hazmat regulatory agencies. Importers of chemicals and hazardous materials must comply with the regulations of relevant hazardous materials regulatory agencies, such as the International Air Transport Association, IATA, for air shipments, or the Department of Transportation, DOT, for domestic transportation. Familiarity with these regulations ensures compliance and safe handling. Communication with suppliers and manufacturers. With suppliers and manufacturers is crucial for ISF compliance. Importers should obtain accurate information regarding the materials, including proper descriptions, classification details, and safety data sheets, to ensure compliant ISF filings. Effective communication prevents misinformation or errors in ISF submission. Document retention and record keeping are essential for ISF compliance when importing chemicals and hazardous materials. Importers should maintain accurate records of ISF filings, safety data sheets, communication with suppliers, and other relevant documentation. Proper record keeping facilitates compliance verifications and ensures due diligence. Compliance audits and internal reviews is crucial for importers of chemicals and hazardous materials. Regularly evaluating internal processes, documentation, and ISF filing procedures helps identify areas for improvement and ensures ongoing compliance with customs regulations. Training and education on hazmat compliance. Providing comprehensive training and education to employees involved in importing chemicals and hazardous materials is essential. Properly trained staff ensures accurate ISF submission and compliance with hazmat regulations. Training sessions should focus on hazmat classification, documentation requirements, packaging, labeling, and safe handling procedures. Compliance with hazmat air, sea cargo regulations. Compliance with specific air and sea cargo regulations for hazardous materials is essential when importing these substances. Importers should familiarize themselves with air cargo regulations such as the IATA Dangerous Goods Regulations, DGR, and sea cargo regulations like the International Maritime Dangerous Goods, IMDG, Code. Utilizing technology solutions can streamline ISF compliance for chemicals and hazardous materials. ISF software and automation tools facilitate accurate data entry, compliance checks, and document generation. Technology solutions enhance efficiency, minimize errors, and promote compliance with customs regulations. Proactive hazardous materials management. Adopting proactive hazardous materials management practices reinforces compliance with customs regulations. Importers should review and update their risk management strategies, incorporate safety measures, and train employees to ensure the safe and compliant handling of chemicals and hazardous materials. Collaboration with industry associations and experts. Engaging with industry associations and seeking advice from experts in the field of hazardous materials can provide valuable insights and updates on compliance requirements. Participating in industry events, workshops, or membership programs fosters knowledge sharing and keeps importers informed about regulatory changes. Continuous improvement in hazmat compliance. Importers should continuously improve their hazmat compliance practices to ensure ongoing adherence to customs regulations. Regularly evaluating internal processes, communicating with suppliers, staying informed about regulatory updates, and implementing feedback from audits or customs brokers enhance compliance efforts. Final thoughts. Thank you for joining us today as we discussed ISF filing for chemicals and hazardous materials. By understanding the ISF requirements, collaborating with customs brokers, complying with hazardous materials regulations, and implementing proactive compliance measures, importers can ensure safe and compliant import operations. Stay tuned for our upcoming videos, where we will dive deeper into the world of customs brokerage, customs bonds, and international trade topics. See you soon on the next video. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more informative content. Stay tuned for our upcoming videos, where we will provide valuable insights on customs brokerage, customs bonds, and international trade. We look forward to having you join us. Until next time, take care and happy importing.